All right, so we're talking about legends who are retired. So
Mm-hmm.
we're going to talk about another legend who I don't know what Mike Tyson is doing right now. I really don't. I know that if you take a look at the way Mike Tyson looks right now,
Mm-hmm.
he looks about as in greater shape as a 53-year-old man can look, just about, for a 5'11" frame that's usually used to carrying 200 to 225 pounds. I mean,
Right.
he is in some sick shape right now. I don't know what he's training for. There's been some talk about him doing 4-round exhibitions or whatever. I know George Foreman came out and said, "Yeah, I really don't want you to do that, Mike. I hope you don't. You've already done enough in the sport." It hasn't happened. So I don't know. I don't know what the validity is with this. I'm going to tell you right now. I almost feel like as magnetic as Mike Tyson is,
Mm-hmm.
and as big of a star as he is, Mike Tyson is one of those dudes. I've been in the room with him, with you and I there at the ranch. And I'm going to tell you, he walks in just as quiet as ever. But when he walks in the room, somebody just walked in the room. So he has that absolute appeal.
Right.
But he's 53. And more than I want to see him perform, I'm more concerned with, I don't want to see him do anything that it gets him hurt.
Right.
Just overall. And call me crazy. I mean, I grew up on Mike for the most part, and it just is what it is. So I don't know what the deal is with this. I don't know what the deal is with the exhibition fights, but that is a talk that's going on. I want to hear what you have to say in the championship rounds for sure. But Mike looks like he's training for something. I don't know if he's going to go and participate in the Iditarod or something. I don't know, but he looks like he's training for something.
I mean, look, who doesn't love to see Mike Tyson in shape, hitting those mitts, moving, in a way that, gives you this. Mike Tyson is just one of those legendary, iconic figures in all of sport. And, the idea and the romanticism of him coming back and fighting in any capacity is like if Dan Marino would come back and play for the Dolphins, if you're a Dolphin fan, right? Like, it's just one of those things where Mike is bigger than boxing. He transcends boxing. He was a one of a kind. There was a time where he truly was the baddest man on the planet. Everyone in the world knew who he was. The idea that he's in shape is fantastic. The idea that he says he wants to do some exhibitions. I think people's imaginations are running wild. I think that Mike's idea of an exhibition might be different than the general public's idea of an exhibition. His idea of an exhibition might be moving around for 4 rounds, having fun, showing off his skills. And, I really don't know. I mean,
allowing people to wonder.
I mean, I don't know, because I don't know who he would fight in a compelling. You're not going to get an Anthony Joshua. Listen, I know I don't want people to think I'm crazy, okay? Because I don't even think Mike's talking about stuff like that, right? So, like, I don't want to confuse what we're saying here. Like, I don't think he's saying that he wants to do these ultra competitive, contemporary peer-based type of fights. I think he's just talking about doing some, like he said, exhibitions where people could see Mike Tyson in something competitive, but it wouldn't. It's hard to understand who his potential opponents could be because of his age. And you look, he might be in far better mental and physical shape than someone else at 53 that's a former fighter. You know what I mean? So it's but is he then fighting someone half his age? Is he fighting someone in their 30s? And what the end game is. But the one thing is that it had the internet going crazy. People were just, because people like to see their heroes, and they just, even if it's like being able to go back for one night, for people to be able to be transported back in time and see Mike fight. they do it. They buy it.
Yeah. Well,
it's Mike.
How about since we're just talking crazy?
Yeah.
Somebody call Mitch Green.
Listen, but I'm not saying what I'm saying is I think that they've been very careful to express that he has a desire to fight exhibitions. He's not talking about fighting for the heavyweight championship. He's just saying, look, I'm getting in shape, and we don't even know the extent.
Yeah, he might just get in the ring and jump, skip rope. He might do
and he might fight a 4-rounder, but who does he fight? That the more compelling question to me is, from a competitive standpoint, who do you fight?
And I would think that there's a big draw just to see Mike walk into the ring.
Right.
If he shaves off the gray, walks in with the classic black trunks, classic black boots,
no robes, no socks, no mercy,
in shape, like the imagery that would create. I think people would just go for that. So I think it would be interesting.
And look, I like the idea that he tempered expectations. No, listen, I like the idea that he tempered expectations by saying a 4-round exhibition.
Yeah.
Limits it to 12 minutes of work.
Yeah. Mike's my guy. I love him. And I would prefer not to see him get punched in the face. But, if he wants to get punched in the face, I guess. But
how do you know he's going to get hit?
You're right. He might. Yeah, I don't know. I just don't want to see him get punched in the face. That's just me. That's just me.